Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm choosing the videos that I'm making today very carefully because I'm not going to lose my voice for just anything. And the next one that we're going to talk about is the straight pride parade that happened in Boston. Ugh, I hear this from even from family members that we don't have like a straight pride parade or we're not going around flexing our straightness or our cisness. Yeah, I am married. I am a straight white female. Gonna admit that right off the bat. And I don't feel the need to broadcast my straightness because it's accepted everywhere. I can go into a store and basically grab my husband's butt and no one gives a crap. I can hug my husband, I can kiss my husband, I can cuddle with my husband in public places, and no one cares because I'm married, I'm white, and I'm straight. But why we have gay pride parades, why we have fighting for gay rights, why we stand up for these things are pretty simple. It's because they are not normalized. It is not normalized. It's becoming more normal. And I'm seeing it more often, and I'm really glad to see it. But there are still people that will disown family members for being gay. There are still people that experience violence for their sexuality. They can still be fired for their sexuality, and you say they can't. But Donald Trump is making it pretty clear that they're trying to roll back issues and they're trying to make sure that they can, especially for trans people. And they are trying to just look at what the NIFB does. And I know they're not mainstream, but they do have quite a bit of a following. I have seen things at churches, on church things that talk about how homosexuality will put you into hell, and you're trying to use a book to rationalize your hate, which is absolutely disgusting, and I will always stand up against that because it is definitely wrong, and that's what this straight pride parade is. It is them trying to do the whole police lives matter, white lives matter thing, where you're trying to get rid of someone's protest by making your own protest. And they're hoping, I know, because I will do a video on this later, but I know they're hoping for violence. I know that they're hoping that people like me are going to say something about it. And of course, I am reporting on it because I think it's important. But it's bigotry, it's hate, it's a bunch of cis white men who are trying to be crappy, and we know this. There's been lots of reports that people are worried about violence because these things tend to always bring violence with them, and it's not from the left, it is from the right. The left does throw milkshakes sometimes, but they don't go around shooting people. They don't go around carrying pepper spray, trying to be like, hey, let's start a fight and then we'll mace them in the face and testing the wind direction. That is not something the left is known for doing. That is a right thing. They got a lot of hate, they got a lot of whatever built up, and they say, well, straight people are just fighting for their equal rights. You already have your equal rights. You can already get married. People aren't trying to stop you from adopting kids. People aren't giving you looks in the street. You don't have to go to your friend and be like, I mean, you're probably not going to talk to me after, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm bi or I'm gay. And I've had friends do that have come up to me because they don't know how to feel it out. They don't know. I mean, they probably know now because I am definitely more like out there trying to show that I support the community and that the community matters a great deal to me. But I never really talked about it when I was like a teenager and in my early 20s. I supported them, but I wasn't making videos and I wasn't out there advocating for it like I am now. But I've had friends, and I do it because I have had friends that are afraid that they're going to lose my friendship because they're gay or because they're bi or because I have one friend who's transsexual, and before he transitioned, he was afraid to tell me he was going to transition. And I'm like, dude, you probably make a prettier girl than me, so go for it. I don't really care. As long as you stay the same person that you've always been, which is kind and understanding, and the reason that we're friends is because we connect on some level. I don't care if you're gay, straight, or whatever. But that's still a problem in this day and age. That is why we have these parades. That is why it's out there, because they just want the same rights we have. And a lot of people say that them having the same rights as we have gives them more rights. No, allowing them to get married is not an extra right. Allowing them to adopt children is not an extra right. So can we please stop with the narrative that they would like more, or they want more, or that they need to just sit down and shut up and do it in the privacy of their own home? You flaunt your straight relationship every time you go out with your significant other and no one gives you crap. Every time you have dinner or you hug your significant other or you hold your significant other's hand and someone doesn't look at you like you're absolutely disgusting, that is you being able to flaunt your straightness. I can do it. You can do it. Gay people still, and I know I live in the South, so it's probably a little bit worse. But I do see it. I will be with a friend who's not straight, and they'll be with their significant other, and they'll get looks or comments, or like, I hate this comment. Who's the top and who's the bottom? I don't go around asking you who's the top and who's the bottom in your relationship. So why are you doing that to theirs? This is why we need Gay Pride Week. This is why we need gay rights to be constantly talked about and moved forward. Because if we don't, we're going to go backwards. And under the Trump administration, we have gone so far backwards. And we have given these bigots the right to go out and say this and normalize it and make it okay. And it's not okay. And it needs to be said that it's not okay and that it's disgusting. And that they are hoping for violence. The right is always hoping for violence that they can blame on the left. I'm seeing it more and more. I'm starting to understand it. I used to be like, well, no, the left is kind of, they throw milkshakes and they throw, no. I'm done. I'm done trying to be like, the left can be annoying, but not violent. The left hasn't killed anyone. The right has. So yeah, there's absolutely zero need for a straight pride parade. Just walk out of your house and hold your significant other's hand and shut the frack up. The reason we have Gay Pride Week and Pride parades and all that other stuff is so that we can normalize, so that people that are not the same sexual orientation as you can have the same rights. And people like me are always going to continue to fight for that. Your parade is stupid. Y'all are irritating. I don't feel good, so my videos aren't as good as they normally are. But it's not the point. You still suck. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.